Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. You already know that because my name's right there. I was in the MLM community for 5 years. I was gaslit, I was lied to, I was manipulated, and now I'm here so that you don't make the same mistakes I did. Let's get started. So we are filming during the day. Weird. I don't usually film during the day, so if there's distractions over here, which I've already been distracted by, ignore. This is the absolute only time that I had to film this week. I have a little portion of time where I'm actually home alone and there's no kids and no Chris here, so this is what you guys get, is filming during the day. Today we are going to be watching a Lifewave opportunity call. It's an Instagram live. I found it a couple of weeks ago. I haven't had time to watch it in its entirety. I watched a little piece of the beginning and I was like, okay, perfect, I want to use this. So I'm essentially watching it for the first time with you guys today. As a reminder, every single piece of content, every video, every picture that I use is purely an example for me to expose the indoctrination and the, in my opinion, cult-like tactics that MLMs use in order to keep people inside of them and keep them brainwashed and keep them from second-guessing their products and their procedures. This is not a reason for you to go and harass these people on social media. This is not an excuse for you to go bug these people or get into their inbox or anything like that. It's strictly just an example, and every single piece of content that I use is on a public platform and was posted publicly. So it's not sent to me in confidentiality. It's not on a private location. It's not someone wanting to be anonymous. They are posting this publicly on a platform. They want it to be seen and it's being seen. So I'm here just giving them exactly what they want and exposing it further. I appreciate you guys kind of coming along with me on this journey. I'm trying to figure out what's okay to say and what's not okay to say, and I am officially the queen of being horrible at saying in my opinion. So I literally have a piece of paper underneath my ring light that says in my opinion in exclamation points, so I actually remember to say it, because I just get on these tangents sometimes and I forget to say in my opinion, and nobody wants to get sued. Okay, we are here to expose MLMs. We are here to make sure that nobody's mom, sister, grandma gets sucked into these things, and we are just trying to stay active online and not get shut down. So please remind me to keep saying in my opinion, because these are my opinions, but I also have a very informed opinion because I was in MLMs for so long and I understand the tactics that they use. So let's get started. I do have a little preface on this video. Did a little digging just because I feel like there's more value to these videos that we watch if we know a little background on stuff. So the main girl that is talking, she has short blonde hair. She used to be in Monate. The girl under her, who she invites onto her live, is in Monate currently and was on her team, but is also doing Lifewave with her. So I guess Monate doesn't have a non-compete. I'm not sure about that. The girl on the bottom is doing both. The girl on the top left Monate and is only doing Lifewave. But even though I only watched a couple of minutes of this video, the cringe is so real because the girl who's at the top of the video, who's hosting the live, goes on a couple of times about how the products that she's promoting now are not just like any beauty product or any hair care product you can get at the store. Legit, just in my opinion, digs at this poor girl that she invited on her live, and it's so cringy, and I don't know if she realizes she's doing it or if she's actually doing it on purpose, because the other girl is still in Monate and this girl is not. So she's acting like she's like just better than her. She could never use those products. You can just get them at the store. I would never. And you're just like, bro, isn't she still in? Like, ooh, okay. I also have to put some makeup on. I have 2 more videos to film today. I am extremely under the weather, so I have not been filming and I need to get my ass in gear. So let me put a little bit of makeup on. I already did my hair, so I don't have to subject you guys to that, but let's watch this video together, shall we?
Hello. All right, nothing like a little Sunday opportunity call on Instagram Live. It's been a super lazy Sunday around here. My massage therapist actually came over and I got a massage, and then I've just been lazy today. Like, we have been just chilling. Okay, hi Jen. Jen's jumping on. Let me see. Perfect. For her. So, okay. Is it working? Takes a second. I had mascara like all down my face from having my face in the thing to get my massage. So funny. So I was like, oh, I was cleaning up my face when I came in here. Okay, let's see if I can get Jen on. Can't wait for you guys to hear from her and hear her story and just like what she's doing with this business. It's been insane. Okay, is it letting you join? Hi. Okay, I'm on call, Bubba. What's up? Do you need something? Okay, she's trying again. Okay, as soon as I'm done, we will, okay? All right. Jen, are you here? Is it working? Yeah, y'all stay out there. Hey, go out there with Daddy, please. Oh my gosh. My husband's supposed to be watching my kids. This is real life.
Oh my God. This both breaks my heart and also gives me secondhand embarrassment so badly I want to fling myself out that window. Her child literally just walked into the room and said, I want to spend time with you. And she brushes him off so that she can do this very time sensitive, so important that it can't wait Instagram live opportunity call. If that isn't a prime example, I don't know what is. My heart seriously breaks for these kids that are a product of parents in MLMs. And I do have a feeling that we are going to have a mass community in the future of these kids who had to deal with competing with a phone, competing with this company for attention from their parent, because you are constantly on your phone. You're constantly on a Zoom. You're constantly on a live. And so these kids kind of fall into the back seat. They fall to the wayside. They go on the back burner for these companies because these parents just don't realize how much time and effort these companies are sucking up out of them. And so by the time the end of the day comes and you have spent most of your day on your phone, you have done team calls, you have looked at products, you're monitoring your back office all day, you're trying to make sales, what do you have left for your family? They claim that there's a lot of time freedom. They claim that they're bringing families home, but at what cost? Because I'm not seeing the value in it. As somebody who was in an MLM, I still don't see the value in it. Yes, you're sitting at home, but are you present in what you're actually doing? Because you're not.
Lisa, I'm sorry, I cannot put you on my live. Okay, I'm accepting it, Jen. Let me know if it's gonna work. Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so one time, like literally years ago, I had the worst experience on a live video where someone like this, I get super sketched out with like sharing a graphic that like I'm bringing someone on because sometimes people will create a fake profile and then try to get on your live and do awful things. Let's just leave it at that. If y'all have been following me for a long time, you know what I'm talking about. It's scary. So anyway, glad you're here. Glad it's you. Okay.
Yes,
So
I'm glad I was able to get on.
yeah. Okay. So
Awesome.
tell everyone, like what had you interested in this, like your background and all the things.
Sure. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Jen McGalley. I full-time physician assistant. I still work full-time. I have two little ones, a 4 and a 1.5-year-old, and a husband. Been a PA for going on my 14th year, actually, which is crazy. Surgery by background. So direct sales was never something that I thought about. However, I was previously with a different direct sales company. I was with them for 6 years. I still am still with that company. But when I saw Kendall posting about this product, and posting about this opportunity and having some knowledge of the direct sales industry and compensation models, I knew that this was no joke and I needed to jump all in. Especially coming from a healthcare field, the product, which we'll speak a little bit more about, was completely incredible. And direct sales changed my life. When I started 6 years ago, I was working full time still. I had over $100,000 in student loans, paid all of that off through direct sales. And then we were able to actually save for the down payment on the house that I'm currently in, which we purchased 2 years ago. So it literally was the biggest blessing for our family. And I just a business model that I love. And this was just a compensation plan that I know Kendall's going to talk a little bit about the business opportunity, but this was just something that I could not turn down and just jumped all into. And I hit manager actually a couple weeks
Yeah,
into
I was gonna
the
say that.
business.
I was gonna say
The
that.
first rank.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, so you still work as a physician's assistant, right?
I
Physician's assistant.
do. Yeah, I still work full time. I'm in a leadership position, so I actually oversee all of the surgical services at a very large hospital in New York, which is where I live. I live in New York.
Yeah, cool. Wow, that's great.
Tell me you know nothing about your teammate without telling me you know nothing about your teammate. She's literally not even listening to her. She doesn't know where she lives. I don't think she knew what her job really was before this live. I think she just saw that she was a physician's assistant and thought, oh, this would be a perfect person to put on my live so I can get people in because it's a trusted title. But you don't know anything about her.
So, okay, so when I was sharing about it, like what had you interested in the technology? Because, you know, it is a product. Like we're so used to saying that because, you
Yeah.
know, we're used to saying products, but this company is actually more of a technology company, and we have a technology on our hands that nobody else has. So what has you excited about that?
Said absolutely every single MLM ever for all of time and existence, that they have the technology that nobody has.
I think that was the biggest thing for me, right? Like I spoke to you, you sent me a message, and this is just something that no one else can get their hands on. So to me, that was an opportunity right there. It's a product that has a patent on it for we have 17 years left on the patent, which means you're not getting this anywhere else. The technology is like no other. And I've always been interested in age reversing, really getting into the most like tip top optimal shape, being able to prevent diseases, right? I'm someone that treats diseases, but I love to prevent them before they even start. Like how do we make ourselves as healthy and
Like
age reversing
bulletproof.
really is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's really what interested me. And then the whole compensation model. I really liked the binary structure. I thought that was super cool. Had never seen that before. And it's just, we say this often, but it just wasn't a Me Too product, right? Like coming from a beauty industry where we were promoting beauty, skincare, hair care, and products like that. There's so many products now that are advertised as vegan and gluten-free and anti-aging. So this was just something like stepping out of that like common product area and getting into something that no one else has that can help so many people.
That literally no one's
Yeah.
heard of either. That's what,
Yeah.
you know, so like we got introduced to this by a family member. So we were just trying it as customers for like in a month and a half. And so Tyler and I both had a testimony, and then we started patching his dad, and he like died 3 times in April. He has a lot of health issues.
That's
I
pretty
can't
bad.
really name diseases on here, but lots of health.
Hold on. I was not expecting that. I might have no words. I might just have to move on from that. What a thing to say just so nonchalantly. Just okay. I have nothing to say. I'm just shocked.
Issues. And so he was on dialysis, and he still is, but he's about to get off of it. But with these patches, he lost 17 pounds of fluid in 1 week. So his water retention, I mean, was awful, even on Lasix, even doing dialysis. So the only thing that changed was the patch. And it was insane. So for us, we were like, okay, like after seeing these things happen, we were like, well, me, not my husband. He wasn't really thinking, you know, business, but because we were good where we were, like we were making great income. I could have stayed with my last company and just wrote it out or kept working. I could have kept doing what I was doing. But I didn't want to do that. After I saw this comp plan and I saw the system that they had in place, my mind was literally blown. I've been doing this for 8 years. like hardcore working in this industry for 8 years. But before that, I did 5 other network marketing companies and failed miserably.
Why do they use that as a talking point? Why do career MLM Huns use other MLMs that they've failed at as an opportunity to make it seem like what they're doing now is the right thing? To me, through my eyes and my opinion, if you're doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over again, expecting different results, doesn't that mean you're insane? Isn't that what that means? We all know every single MLM is the exact same thing, just in different clothing. They're talking about a binary comp plan like it's something that's completely innovative. A lot of MLMs have binary comp plans. So I'm not understanding when these people see the new MLM or this new opportunity and they're blown away by what they're seeing. Are they not paying attention to everything else that's happening, or did they actually just not understand how their current comp plan worked in the company that they were in? And so then her saying, I did 5 MLMs and then failed at all of them, but this time it's going to work. Is it though? Because I have a really strong suspicion that you'll probably be on another Instagram live in 2 years talking about a brand new company, and then you're going to be able to say that you've been with 6 MLM companies and failed, but this one's going to be the one. Girl, bye.
So I learned by the 6th company what to do right. And that is be coachable and be willing to get uncomfortable. And if you can be those 2 things, like, the sky's the limit. And so when I started researching the comp plan, it took me, like, I don't know, watching it maybe twice to be like, oh my gosh. Like, because the first time I was watching the comp plan video, I'm like, this cannot be right. 25%, 20%. I'm like seeing all these big numbers, and I'm not used to that. I was used to like 12%, 5%, 7%, 3%, 2%. And when you're throwing around 25%, 20%, anyways. So come to find out, the company actually pays 60 cents on the dollar. So every dollar that the company brings in, they pay back to the distributors 60 cents. Now, that doesn't mean you make 60% commission or anything like that, but that's just saying that they pay extremely well. And we have definitely seen that over these last 6 weeks with not just us, but like people on our team. They're making life-changing amounts of money in their first week, and everything gets paid weekly. It's so nice. Everything's weekly, and nothing ever starts back at 0. It's like what you get paid on, that volume falls off. And then you just keep building and you keep building. So you're never having to.
She literally just said that you don't restart at 0, but then she said what you get paid on falls off and then you keep rebuilding and keep rebuilding. So that is double speak. She literally just contradicted herself. She made it sound like you don't have to restart every single week. She made it sound like you don't have to re-rank every single week, when you absolutely do. You start over every single week. Everything that you get paid on gets paid out and your balance is 0 again. So you have to keep rebuilding and rebuilding, quoting straight from her, which essentially means that you are starting from 0 every single week, bro.
Like, start back at 0 and like rebuild your whole thing every month. It's not like that. The most laid back comp plan. That's how I explain it. And so it was just so intriguing to me because I'm very business minded. I'm a red personality. You know, I'm very decisive. Like I get things done. If you guys don't know what a red personality is, it just means like yes, it's a binary comp plan. Someone's asking in the comments. So yeah, I'm just very decisive, ready to go, like no excuses, like let's get this done. Anyways, so I don't know where I was going with that, but the comp plan had me really excited. So I knew that everyone could win at this too. With a technology that no one else has, I was like, oh, they have no competition. Like you can't go into Walgreens and buy this, but you can buy skincare, you can buy makeup, you can buy hair care, you can buy supplements at Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, wherever, right? But you cannot get this anywhere.
This is what I was talking about, where it's just really fucking cringy, because the girl, the brunette on the bottom, is still in Monat. She's doing Monat and she's doing Lifewave. And the girl on top left Monat to just pursue Lifewave. So it almost feels like she's like low key talking about companies that are selling products that you can just get anywhere, which is literally what the girl below her is selling still. I don't know if she realizes that she's doing it or if she's doing it on purpose to downplay what the other girl is doing. It's gross and I hate it.
There's no competition.
Yeah.
So when I was hearing these things, I was listening to opportunity calls and stuff. I was just like, wow. And this is another cool part. So one of our uplines, I was in the very first company I ever joined, was called Monavi. They're not around anymore. And it was a juice company. And the thing that sucked with that company is they got to like a couple $1 billion, but then they couldn't patent fruit. So people started knocking off what they were doing. So then it was like, okay, well, acai berry is like on every corner now, right? Like you can get an acai bowl. So anyway, I saw these people in this company. I'm like, I've always followed them, but I never knew what company they were with. And I'm like, oh, that's the company that they're with. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. So they were part of a mastermind that I was part of for a little bit, or a mastermind I looked into, I should say. I jumped on a couple calls to see if it was something I wanted to do, and they were part of that. And they're just like industry leaders. They've been doing this for over 20 years, and wow. I mean, we are on the fastest growing team inside the fastest growing company globally. Like Lifewave is ranked #1 in momentum. If you go to businessforhome.org, you will see that. And last weekend in Orlando at our team convention, mind you, this was not the company convention. It looked like it, but it was our team convention. It was just amazing. But David Schmidt, who is the CEO and inventor of this technology, he was there speaking, and the things that are coming, oh my gosh, get ready.
Yay.
Because the world's never seen it before. Like the world's never seen or heard of what's coming. It's wild. And not a Me Too product, no competition, same thing. It's going to blow people away. But another guy that was there, Stuart Johnson is his name, and he owns Direct Selling News. And he was there, and he never speaks at anyone's like stuff. Like he never speaks at like, you know, different conventions or anything like that. And he came to speak at this one. And he was just bragging on our company. He's like, I have a patch on. Like he loves us. And he loves our uplines. Steve and Gina, sorry, I just ate. So I was like eating so fast before to jump on this call. But anyway, it was just really cool to hear him talk and be like, this company's the best because this, and you have this momentum, and you have, you know, and he was just like solidifying everything we already knew, but just hearing it from someone like that, Stuart Johnson. He used to own another magazine. I don't know what it's called. It's still around, but anyway, it's like a direct sales thing. And what is it called? I don't remember. Dang it. You guys will have to look it up. But he owns Direct Selling News. So that was really cool to see him speak. And then we had the president from the company. She was there and spoke, and just like a powerhouse and so kind. Like she stopped me and she's like, hey, I'm texting you right now, so you have my number. You call me if you need anything. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. Sure. So it was just really good to just be around.
It's kind of gross, but this is just what happens when you're in that kind of industry. Is it's all about flashy. Like who can know the CEO better? Who can be closer to the top? Who can know what product is coming out first? It's a competition on how close you can be to like the inner circle, which in my opinion resembles cult-like behavior very similarly, due to the fact when you're in a cult, the goal is to be as close to the leader, as close to the cult leader as possible, so that you're in the inner circle. You know what's happening next. You kind of have a leg up over everyone else. MLMs mirror that very well. So when you have top 1%ers that are very close with the CEOs, they know what products are coming out first, they have this kind of like elitism to them, and they treat everyone else less than because they're in the inner circle, you're not. And you see it time and time again where a new product is released and they'll be like,
oh my god, yeah, I've been using it for weeks, or you're gonna love it. I can't tell you what it is though, but you guys are gonna love it so much.
It's so gross, but it makes them feel like they're so important, like they're part of like just the inner workings of the company, and they're really not. It's the company using them as pawns to create this hype. And so that's essentially what she's doing here, is creating this hype around being around corporate, being around the CEOs. Oh, this, you know, the CEO was texting me, and I'm like, first of all, who are you? Second of all, who's the CEO? Don't know or care. Like normal people don't give a normal humans on planet Earth who are buying their shit from the store and just living life do not give a if the CEO of Lifewave is texting you. It's just such a weird universe that they live in that's so small, and they think it's so important, and it's really not.
Corporate people and like meet everyone, and it was wild. So anyway, tell them more about like what the patch is, how it works.
Yeah, sure. And you just reminded me of something too, of why I joined. The company has been around for, I believe, 19 years, right? So to
20
me,
this year, 20
yeah,
years. Yeah.
that's right. So that was another thing. I was like, they've been around. They're clearly making it. They're topping the direct selling news, like list of top 100 companies. They've been on there consistently the last few years. So those were things to me that I liked also. But getting back into what is this product? What is this patch that we're talking about? What does patching mean? I'll try not to get too sciencey since I'm a science person and a healthcare person by background, but essentially our body emits heat, right? We emit heat in the form of energy, in the form of infrared heat. And these patches, which are the size of a quarter, I wish I had one in here to show you. They're the size of a quarter. They have nanocrystals on the back. You cannot see the crystals on the patch, but they have nanocrystals on the back. And the heat that our body emits reflects off these nanocrystals and goes back into our body to create energy. And that energy is insane. It helps age reverse. It helps to enhance mental clarity, physical, athletic performance. It helps to reduce minor aches and pains. It helps to support overall health and wellness. And you just feel incredible. I wore the patch the first time and was not expecting to feel anything. And within a few hours, I felt so energized, almost too energized that first day. And then after that, it just settled in, and it's just this like great, I feel like I'm 20 again, and I don't have any kids, and I just turned 40 last week, by the way. But I felt like I was a younger version.
I mean, she looks great for 40. If I look that good when I'm 40, I'll be stoked. I turned 31 this month. We'll see what happens in 9 years.
Version of myself. I suffer from really bad neck pain and tight back. Again, I realized 3 days in, I was like, wow, I have not been complaining about my neck pain. I totally forgot that it was there. So it's incredible what this technology does, and how insane it is that it's just light reflection, and phototherapy really is essentially how it
Yeah.
works. So
Yeah, on the package, it actually just says phototherapy.
yeah.
On there, so that's exactly what it is. I explain it like a reflector. It is a reflector. It's reflecting off of your body and going back into your body. And I just want to mention the nanocrystals real quick, because I have gotten a few people that are like, crystals. Are you sure about that? Like, woohoo, crystals, right?
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? That's why. Sorry, that's literally what she sounded like.
And it's actually amino acids and salt and sugars that they lab grow these crystals. So it's not like crystals from the earth. It's not like a big crystal they break down. It's nothing like that. It's lab grown, so that it can reflect. And it's just organic materials. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good point, because there's not people that have asked me too, is it
Grown in a lab and be organic? I don't know about that.
like, is anything getting like transdermally infused into my body? Are there medications? Is there anything on it? There's no medications, there's no stimulants, there's nothing that's physically going into your body and into your skin.
Yep,
It's just
no drugs,
all,
no stimulants. Yeah.
yep, all phototherapy.
And it's so funny because it's so small. It's like this big. It's like a quarter size, like she said. And like men are the most skeptical, but then it works for them like the most, I feel like, because they are so skeptical. They're like, how is something this small going to do what it does? Like, they don't get it. They just can't fathom it. And it is so powerful. Even though it is small, it is so powerful. Like, you just can't deny the testimonies. If you guys want to see testimonies, go to thisitinfo.com and just click testimonies and watch the videos. I mean, you can't deny what people are saying. It's insane. I mean, I've seen it with my own two eyes, obviously, but I get testimonies every single day of people with all kinds of issues. We can never say a disease. This product does not treat, cure, diagnose, or what's the other word? treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know how I remembered all that, but
I mean, good for her for getting her little health claim clause in there at the very absolute end of her video. But also, I feel like this is fake. And I feel like, in my opinion, this may or may not be a placebo effect, because I'm just not understanding how a little sticker on the back of your neck can give you tons of energy and also reverse aging. And I'm like, consider myself pretty open-minded, but that just seems not real, in my opinion.
it doesn't. So, or we can't say that it does. So yeah, we got to be careful with that and compliance, but we're just fired up.
Yep.
If you want to know like more on the science side, like just go to YouTube, type in David Schmidt and just type in his name. There's actually a really good video.
Whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, there's actually a really good video of him with a Navy SEAL, because he being interviewed either by a Navy SEAL or a Marine. It might have been a Marine. But David, 20 years ago, actually before 20 years ago, in the early 2000s, was hired by the government to create something for the Navy SEALs to help them stay awake in the submarines, because they were in submarines for like 2 to 3 days and they needed to stay awake. And so instead of them taking things to stay awake, like drinking Red Bulls and what was it? What's it called? Amphetamines. Then he created something natural for them, and that's where the energy patch came from. So that was the first patch that was ever created, was the energy patch. And it's like a 2-patch system, and it basically raises oxygen in your blood to give you more energy. So anyway, he's super smart. He's like Elon Musk smart, like probably smarter. Like I said, this is a technology company, so the things that are coming, I mean, people are just going to be like, what? And he already has patents for these things. And he has things that he's going to be launched, that he's working on, that will be launched in the next 7 to 10 years. So he doesn't just come up with this stuff and make it overnight. It takes a long time to get things patented and studied and all the right things. I mean, the X39 patch took 10 years and $4.5 million to make.
Wow.
When she's talking about him creating stuff and them like waiting around for him to create stuff, it's giving me flashbacks of that one documentary where the lady thought that she was God. I will pull it up. I'll put it up here because I can't remember the name right now. There's several times within that documentary that the cult followers would be just like waiting around for her, or like waiting for God to like give her a message, and they would be just like sitting around for days just waiting to hear her speak. And when this lady talks about how this dude is gonna give them more product from his technology, it's giving like same vibes. I'm getting the same vibes there for sure.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Not like a lot of network marketing companies, you know, they're like, oh, I want, you know, a skincare line and we're going to start a company, and then you just hire a scientist and they create it and then you have a company, right? That's not what this is. There's actually a video on him, why he chose direct sales, because he didn't want to initially, but this product cannot just sit on a shelf. Like, you wouldn't know what it does. You wouldn't know how it works. You wouldn't know nothing. It has to be word of mouth. And so as he started to share this with people, it just kept going and going and sharing, and everyone's, you know, doing this. He's like, I have to do direct sales because that's the only way that this is going to, you know, get to as many people as I want it to by word of mouth.
I love that. That's so smart. And he is an extremely smart guy with he has 160 patents now, or
180.
More?
He has
Wow.
over 180.
Yeah, he's fascinating to watch and listen to.
Yeah, super smart. Well, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think we covered everything.
So that's all I have for today. Very interesting. I think I might do a Lifewave deep dive. Unfortunately, I was trying to find information on them and they don't have an income disclosure statement, which really sucks. I don't like doing a complete walkthrough of companies if they don't have an income disclosure statement, just because I feel like I can't give you guys like the full information of it, but I might just do it anyways without the income disclosure statement and kind of go through their compensation plan, go through how the patches work. You can buy your rank in this company, which seems super suspicious. So that has piqued my interest. I think you guys might see a little more Lifewave content in the future. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you for tuning into this video. I appreciate you guys so much. If you have your own MLM what the fuck story and you want to share it with me, go ahead and email it. My email link is down below in the description. You can also share MLM content that you have just seen out in the wild that you don't want me to miss. I have tons in my inbox that I'm going to start digging through. I'm so excited for you guys to see some of this stuff, but I love being able to read through the stuff you guys see because I don't always see everything, and so you guys are kind of giving me an insight on what you guys have seen on your social media that I may have missed, so I appreciate that a lot. As a reminder, you are worth more than the kickback your upline is going to get for recruiting you. Have a good day.